Hi everybody, it's Dr. Beachcomb. I'm going to talk about Curiosities on the Beach Part II. And these are things you rarely will find on the beach, but if you do, I want you to know what they are. If you find them often, that's great. Actually, in some places you will find them often. So this is called a blister pearl. You don't see these very often, but once in a while you'll find a shell like this. And this is where bits of sand get embedded into the shell, and the shell, because it's an irritant, will build up calcification over it. And they're beautiful, beautiful shells. I've only found one myself. This I didn't find, but it's a great example of a blister pearl. Now, if you're in Florida or Texas, those people are crazy for sea beans, and sea beans are seeds and nuts that you find particularly on beaches where the waves wash in and the currents stuff from tropical areas. This is from Hawaii, and it's a very common find, but not usually in this color. This is a kukui nut, very pretty one actually, and this is a coveted bean from Brevard County. This is a Mary's bean, and it's supposed to look like the Virgin Mary, and it has a cross on it too. Very, very sweet bean, hard to find. These finds are common along the Pacific Northwest, if you know what you're looking for. This is actually petrified wood. This is wood that's been fossilized into stone, and when it's polished up, it's quite beautiful. Very pale pink colors, very gorgeous. These you find all over the world. You know what they are? They're pretty ugly, but when they're worn down, they're quite beautiful. These are cow teeth, and we even find them out here in Hawaii. Here's a cow tooth with the roots showing. This jadeite and this opaque creamware coming in tubes like this, I've never found this. These were gifted to me by my friend Rose, and these are Depression era towel racks. I can't believe they would have towel racks made out of something so breakable. But if you look on the internet, you'll find ads back then for jadeite towel racks. So lovely tubes. Okay, this is hematite or iron ore. I grew up calling it iron ore. It's all over the Chesapeake Bay. You find tons of it going up to New England. Oftentimes you'll find it in little round bowls. They're called Indian paint pots, or in tubes such as this. Oftentimes it's quite flat. This is a very rare one though. This is a shell that got embedded in hematite and coated. And I love that little guy. I've never found anything else remotely like it. All right, these guys are not necessarily hard finds, but they're interesting finds. You see the holes and the grooves in these? These are found along the Scottish and England eastern shores. These are called Hagstones. They're made by pitticks, and pitticks are little animals that burrow holes into rocks. And when they go all the way through like that, they're called Hagstones. And in the olden days, people used to lay strings through them and hang them up on their doorways to keep out the evil eye, or they'd hang them over their beds. I liked this little pittock I just got recently because it really does look like a flower. I thought that was kind of cool. I've never seen one like that before. These guys, on the other hand, are also marked with an animal, and these are seaworms that burrow holes into these, and they leave the most fascinating outlines and markings. These are found up and down the North Carolina coast. You can find them in Florida too. This one, wherever I go beachcombing, I get things with K, which is my husband's name is Kilino, and it's like he's either there with me or telling me to behave myself or something. Okay, if we go up here, people are getting to know more and more about what this is. This stuff is slag glass. Now, it's either glass that's been purposefully incinerated as a means to get rid of trash, or it's a residue buildup from iron smelting. You find different types of slag all over the world. This one, my friend Paul likes to call dragon eggs, kind of glistening and round. This is a beautiful example that he actually gave me. This is slag from the Big Island. You find a lot of this. It looks like green rocks, but it's actually glass. And the way you can tell this sometimes is I tap it very gently on my tooth. And if it rings a little bit, I think that's glass. Stones sound duller. Again, this is another example of English slag. Next we have, have you ever found pottery this big? This is porcelain with cement. This is a floor tile, a Victorian era floor tile. These are not easy finds. I've never found very many, only 3. But that's what that is. And you find them more commonly over in Europe than you do in North America. This is a really neat thing. This is a tree knot. You know when you see trees and you see knots in them? This one had come loose and it had gotten weathered, sailing in the ocean for years and years and years, and came upon a beach. And I wasn't quite sure when I saw it what it was at first, and then someone actually told me. Here is my beautiful Japanese float that I found on Oahu. These are porcelain, ceramic floats, not porcelain, I'm sorry, they're stoneware. They're ceramic with glazing, and these, they threaded ropes through them, and they were used as weights to weight down gear for fishing. Those are not easy finds. This is probably almost 80 years old, maybe 90. So some fun finds. I love these 2 things. All this is, and it's a beautiful color, is a screwdriver handle. But I just love it. You know, there's a lot of plastic debris on the beach, and I always try to pick up what I can when I'm beach combing. But this one was an easy thing to pick up, and so is this. This is an old hair knot tie or something. This is also orange plastic. Now here's another piece, a beautiful piece of very worn bicycle tail light that I thought at first was glass, but of course it's not. And here's something, I have no clue what it is. So if someone can identify this, this was found on the Big Island of Hawaii. It has a lead weight partially through it. It could be a fishing thing, but we're not sure. If you can identify it and put it in the comment section and you're correct, you get a bag of sea glass. Okay, everybody, that's it for these treasures. I'm hot. I'm gonna go outside and cool off and go beach combing. You should do the same thing. Bye.